Hi, welcome to Introduction to Communication Studies. I am Kelsey Mackey and I am your instructor for this course. This video is going to be an orientation to our Canvas course. You may be familiar with Canvas or have other online classes, but I know instructors always set them up a little bit differently, so I want to make sure that we take a look at our class together. I also know that the technology element of the online classes is often the most stressful for students. So I want you to know that I'm always here to answer your questions and I'm happy to help. And if you are unclear on what you need to do or how to do it, please, please, please let me know right away. So let's get started. So this is our home page for our class, and this page will change every week. I will update it with reminders as to what you need to do or what might be coming up soon so that you can stay on top of what's coming up in the class. You can always get back to this homepage by clicking here on Home. The next element that we use in our class is announcements. And so if you click on announcements, you will see a running list of announcements that come from me. So if I have communication to send to the whole class, I will use this announcements tab. Oftentimes it might be reminders or updates or information about other resources that might be interesting to you. So you'll want to watch for those in your email. Usually they come through your Canvas to your email, or if nothing else, you can always check by clicking on announcements here. The next tab that we use is modules, and this is really the nitty-gritty bulk of our class. I am not someone who lectures a lot in face-to-face classes, so I don't lecture online either. The vast majority of what I ask you to do is reading, reflection, and activities. So our class is oriented according to modules. So you'll see here we have week 1 module, and you can open and close it by clicking on this button. And then our week 2 module here. And then all the following modules come after. There will always be 2 modules open. So like this week we're in week 1, so that module is open, and then next week is week 2 and that module is open. I don't really want you to get further ahead than that because it will take you out of being able to be involved in the discussions that are going on this week. So the modules are organized according to task. Every module will have an introduction that goes over what the tasks are for the week and what purpose they have. And then the tasks are organized by reading here, and then things that you need to submit, which are tabbed in, like this quiz. See, there's a gap there. That tells you that it's something that's due. The other thing that tells you that it's something that is due is this date and point value here. So you can move through the tasks in order. Oftentimes the reading is related to completing the assignment, so you'll want to make sure you do whatever reading is listed under the task before you try to complete the assignment. So like this week you have 4 tasks. You can go through them in whatever order you like. Just make sure that you complete everything by the date that is given. One thing to keep in mind is that discussions always have 2 due dates and only one of them is shown. So a discussion, you have to make an originating post by Thursday, but your replies aren't due until Sunday. So the originating post is actually due, let's see, on the 3rd, Thursday the 3rd, but the replies are due on the 6th, and that's the date that shows. I can't show both dates, so you'll want to always keep that in mind. So that's how the modules are organized. If you have any questions about them, please let me know at any time. I'm happy to answer. And I think what we'll do now is take a look at discussions specifically. So part of what you're going to do in your first week is review discussions and what my expectations for discussions are. But you can always get straight to discussions by clicking on this discussions tab. The discussion for this week is here. I will always put the discussion that is due the week that we're in at the top of these pinned discussions. Below that are 2 others. This course question board is a place for you to ask questions on whatever you like. I will answer your questions there, but you're also welcome to answer each other's questions. Sometimes you might get to answering a question faster than I will, and so this is a good place to post those questions. Then any socializing you want to do with your classmates, that's what this course water cooler board is for. So if there's something cool that you see on the internet or general social question you want to ask, you're welcome to do that here. Just make sure that it's appropriate. Even though we're an online class, we are still a professional environment, so keep it clean, folks. Upcoming discussions will be listed here, and as they are ready, I will pull them up. Again, you probably want to just stay in the week that you're in and not get too far ahead of yourself. You can check your grades by coming here and clicking on grades. You'll see all the assignments listed there. Again, you'll want to stay with the ones that are due at that time so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Your scores will show up here, and then sometimes you'll see little notes over here. There'll be little green icons, and that shows you that I've used a grading rubric or left comments for you. And so you'll want to click on those things to see the rubric and the comments, because that will help you improve your work for the next assignment. You also can play around with your scores to see what your grade might be if you got a particular score. This is called a what if grade feature. So you just click on the item you want to put in a hypothetical grade for. Oops. And then you can do that, and you can see the grade is changing over here. It's going up as I add scores for this test student. So that will give you an idea of how your grade is working, so you can get a good handle on that. For more information on grading, you'll want to refer to the syllabus, which is in your week 1 module. So just make sure that when you're using this feature that you keep in mind that these are your guesses and not your actual grade. You'll always want to revert back so that you can actually see what your grade is. You can contact other people in the course by clicking on this People tab. You'll see all of your classmates there. So if you want to contact someone, you can click on their name. And then this last tab takes you to our library, and you'll want to use that later in the class when you're doing research, and we'll go over that at that point. So those are the basics of the class. Like I said, the modules are really where the meat and potatoes are. So that's where you want to pay attention to what you need to do and in what order and what is due in that week. I want to go over a couple other features in Canvas that are in different areas. So up here, all your courses are listed. Here is a running list of your assignments that are due. So upcoming assignments are listed here. These undated assignments, do not worry about them until they are dated. So they're not anything that I'm expecting you to do until they get a date and move up into this upcoming assignments area. You can check your grades for this class and all others by clicking on grades. And then there's a calendar here. Now I want to give you some caution about this calendar because it only shows things I've added dates to. So any reading, not here. So it's really not the best tool for you to navigate the class. What I recommend you using is those modules. The last thing I want to look at, I have to move out of student view to do. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to go to settings. Do you see this here? So you also can use this to set up settings for yourself. So one of the things I recommend doing is adding a picture, as I've done, because it helps people get a better sense of who you are and what you're like. So you just click on that little pencil icon, and then you can upload a new image to share. So this is me with my dog Kato, and I've updated to this one so it's just me. But you might see Kato sometimes running around back here. So you also can change your name by hitting edit settings. So if you prefer to have a name, something that appear differently than what's already there, you can do that. And then also you can add other email addresses you'd like to be contacted at. You can also add services. So I use Skype for my office hours. So I've added Skype. I have a Facebook profile. I use Google Docs. So those are things that I've added here as well. The last thing that I want to show you has to do with notifications. So once you've hit on settings here, that brings us to this page we've been looking at, you also can change your notifications. Notifications relates to how frequently Canvas tells you things. So if there's a due date coming up and you want to know right away, you can tell Canvas to tell you that. If there's an announcement made and you want to know right away, you can tell Canvas to tell you that. Or if you want to know on a daily basis or a weekly basis, you can tell Canvas to tell you that too. So it's just important to take some time and decide how frequently you want to be updated about these things and where, so that you can make sure you're making the best choices to be informed about the class. So that's the basic overview of the class and Canvas. I hope that you will let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I know that the technology is often the most frustrating part for students, so please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. Thanks!